Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Rimbit. I'm Corey. I'm the founder of Fully Enrich, which is a health and nutrition consultancy company. And I'm also one of the blog writers here at Healthwise Nuggets. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about a topic that has been a buzz, especially with regards to people who are on a weight loss or a flat belly diet. And that one is called intermittent fasting. Fasting, as we know it, is just basically when you stop eating or you take away some particular foods or you eat after a specific period of time. As we all know, fasting has been known for years to be used either for religious purposes or for helping one to be able to adjust accordingly, or just in general to have beauty or beautiful skin. And in different aspects, fasting is not something that is very new to most of us. But intermittent fasting, I'm sure you may be wondering, okay, what exactly is it? Intermittent fasting is basically when you eat within a specific time frame, one. And two, it's when you abstain or you don't eat food within a specific time frame. So basically what we're trying to say is like intermittent fasting is a way of telling yourself that I'm not going to be eating food from this time up to this time, but from this time up to that time, I will be eating my food. So there are different types of intermittent fasting. The most popular one is the 16 to 8. 16 hours, no food, and 8 hours, you eat within an 8 hours window period. We also have another one which is a little bit more hard for most people because it's one meal a day and you're meant to eat within a 4-hour window period. So 20 hours no food, and then 4 hours you eat within that 4-hour window period, one meal. But please note, this one meal that you're meant to take is meant to be taken at the same time each and every day. And with the 16 to 8, which is the most popular one, that one is easier because at least you can have 2 meals per day and you eat those 2 meals within an 8-hour period. Then we have the one where we say you have 48 hours of no food, and then 48 hours of eating food, and then 48 hours no food, 48 hours eating food. This one is also a good one, but for some people it may be quite difficult to do because we do need the food for giving us the energy to take us throughout the day. And sometimes abstaining from some particular meals of the day, it may be really hard for you, and it may not be something that you can consistently do on each and every day. So that's just a little bit of a background about intermittent fasting and what it is about. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit more with relation to what it does to your body. So with fasting, as you know, your body undergoes or it goes through a process that is called ketosis. Now when we say ketosis, all that we're saying is that instead of your body burning and utilizing your muscle protein, it actually will be burning and utilizing the fats. So this is actually one of the most effective way whenever it comes to being able to attain belly fat loss, because it helps your body to know that it needs to actually burn most of the fats in your body and not just the carbohydrates or the muscle in your body. So for some of you, you may be like, okay, fine, if I'm to be fasting like this, won't I lose my muscle mass? No. Because what happens is, if you're to look at the science, or should we say the physiology, as well as the biochemistry of what exactly happens with your body in relation to fat burning and in relation to carbohydrate burning and protein burning, you will actually realize that the mechanisms are quite different. And with the mechanism of ketosis is basically a very fancy way of saying we're breaking down your carbohydrates. So as we know, you break down your carbohydrates first, and then you go to your fats, and then you go to your proteins. So your proteins will not be affected in any way if you're to be undergoing the intermittent fasting. Some advantages of intermittent fasting are, one, it helps you to be able to know when you're hungry and when you're not. Number two, it also gives you an appreciation of food. So many a times we tend to just be eating lots and lots of food and we think I'm doing the right thing. But did you know that just mindlessly eating food all the time may not actually be helping you in any way in your weight loss or fat loss journey? As well as starving yourself is just one of those ways of ensuring that your body actually holds on to the fat instead of letting it go. So if you've been starving yourself, or if you have been feeling all groggy and tired and not happy, I would advise that you find another diet plan, or you try intermittent fasting and see how it goes for you. And instead of just jumping and saying, I'm going to do 48 hours in, 48 hours out, we recommend you begin with 16-8, which is a bit easier. It's also simpler for you to do, and it will help your body to be able to adjust accordingly. So basically, the other advantages of the intermittent fasting, besides losing fat the most effectively, it's also something which is easier for us to incorporate, especially if you have a busy schedule and you do not have time for having breakfast. But please note, we're not saying you'll be doing intermittent fasting or for the rest of your life. But we are saying that maybe you can do 2 days in or 4 days in and maybe the other 3 days out. So basically this is just a little bit about intermittent fasting, what it's all about, how you can be able to ensure that you attain a healthier and a happier you. So that's just a little bit, and in conclusion, if you are thinking of doing intermittent fasting, it's very important that you realize that, number one, do you have the discipline? We don't want you to be having intermittent fasting and you're just breaking your fast with all the wrong foods. You need to make sure that whenever you break your fast, you break it with foods that are nutritious and a well-balanced plate. And another thing is, before you embark on intermittent fasting, make sure that if you are working with a nutritionist or a health coach, you tell them that, okay, this is what I'd want to try. How can you advise me? Am I ready for the stage or not? We're not saying that it's something that you should be saying that is for everyone, because it's not. There are some people who do very well with intermittent fasting, because from my own personal experience, I've got clients who do amazingly well with intermittent fasting because they, number one, they have the discipline, number two, they know how to eat healthily. So if you're struggling to eat healthily or you experience a whole lot of cravings, do feel free to contact me and I'd love to work with you. I'd love for us to maybe sit down with your diet and see maybe where you're going wrong. But if you realize, you know what, I'm good to go, everything is going on fine, I think I'd want to try it, please do give it a try, and I'd love to hear from you how it goes. So I hope you have an amazing day, and from me and all the Health-Wise Nuggets and Fully Enriched team, we love you. And remember, if you've got any questions in relation to intermittent fasting, feel free to contact us, and we'd love to be able to really get in contact with you and assist you on your weight loss or flat belly, or just in general a healthier and happier you. So ciao from me, Rimbit. I'm Corey. Bye.